So, my name is Bethany B Joy, and I am the author of 2 books. And the first one is called Step Out and Thrive, Finding God in the Everyday When Nothing Makes Sense. And I started writing it after I really started losing a lot of my vision and my hearing. And a lot of people know that I'm a single mom with 3 boys, run my own business, travel, and they're like, how do you continue doing this every day? And the only response I have is you get to see God in the everyday and watch that happen. And so I put it all into a book, and it's got action steps at the end of each chapter that you can do. So it's a great book to read with a small group, but then you can also just read it by yourself and take some action. So I thought I was going to read a little bit from the first chapter, which is kind of good. I have it all memorized, so that helps. So let me get to the page here. Goes, meet my client John. That's not his real name, of course, but when I asked him if I could share his story in this book, he grinned and he said, "Oh man, I've always wanted to be in a book with that whole Law and Order vibe, changing the names to protect the innocent and all." "Innocent?" I asked with a smirk. We both laughed. A few years ago, I found myself in a McDonald's drive-thru. That was rare for me. I'm a busy single mom with 3 hungry, fast-growing teenage boys. And every frugal, budget-minded mom knows not to order unless you have a Chick-fil-A cow day or an amazing coupon. But one of my kids had a craving for the warm, salty McDonald's fries, and I just happened to have a coupon. We declared God's favor on us. And we, as we got to do our cheat meal. I mean, Jesus would long to be with us at McDonald's, right? Maybe he'd even fix some ice cream machine while he was there. We pulled up and on the board and with my coupon in hand. "I'll have 4 small fries," I said, resting the urge to order more. Silence. I waited, counted backwards from 10, still nothing. We sat long enough to do the encore to the electric slide, but that would have been kind of weird too. Finally, I said, "Yep, just 4 small fries. Can you let me know if you got that?" A sigh came through the speaker. Then a voice. "Sure thing, Miss Boring. Is there anything else you'd like?" "No? Okay. Please pull around." Yes, my last name is really boring. I kept it after the divorce as a way to keep me connected to my kids. Plus, it's always fun communication. But the McDonald's guy, he didn't know my last name. What in the world was going on? As we rounded the corner, I saw him, John. My counselor from years ago, the man who had guided me during some of the toughest times in my life, was now working at McDonald's. And here he was, handing out fries. I froze. He looked calm, maybe too calm. I handed him the coupons, paid for my whopping 50-cent purchase, and said quietly, "John, are you happy?" He paused. His face went flat. "It's just easier," he said. I could tell something inside him had gone dim. "John, I'll be in touch," I said, driving away, but I hadn't even left the parking lot before texting him to meet with him. This is just the beginning story. I have a lot more, but the thing about John that taught me to write this book is he was a counselor, like I mentioned before. And he was one that just lost his fire. It gets messy when we're sitting with other people's stories. It gets messy when I'm sitting with my own story. But this book, it's really helped me find God in the everyday when nothing makes sense. We all have storms. We don't need to go through it alone. And there is God in the middle of it. This helps you find it and get through.